And another thing about Encanto. Encanto should have been called Check on Your Strong Friends. That's what it should have been called. Check on Your Strong Friends. Everybody was shouldering something in. I'm sorry. I just went. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Blind Moment. This was on my heart, and I was like, we're gonna talk about this too. So yes, Encanto should have been called Check on Your Strong Friends because everybody in the movie was holding on to something, some type of trauma, some type of fear, whether it was fear of failure, fear of not being perfect, fear of expressing your emotions, fear of people not liking what you say. Because let me tell you something, at the end of the day, everybody who had something to say about we don't talk about Bruno, they was just mad that he told the truth. That's it. He didn't control the future. He just told you what he saw. Fish die, pets die. Like what? Did you keep it in the sun? You know how people get like the goldfish in the bag when you first buy it? Did you take it out the bag and did you do what you were supposed to do to transfer it into the water? Like, how is that his fault that your fish died? You got fat? I mean, what is your like family history looking like? Maybe you was destined to get fat and you just mad that he told you the truth. And again, with you turning bald, sir, did he shave your head? Because otherwise, like, that's not his fault. All he did was tell you what he saw. So, anywho, yeah, I didn't appreciate that. Bruno was amazing. He is one of my favorite characters in the movie. I think most people feel that way because he got a bad rap just for telling the truth. So, but I love how the family embraced him when he did come back. And yeah, I'm going to say something because I saw it on TikTok and it made me sad. And it was like, I wonder how he felt, how Bruno felt when he was hearing them celebrate his birthday for 10 years without him. Like, oh my gosh, why would you say that? Because I was thinking, how far in age like is Mirabelle? I'm assuming she's a teenager, but then when the guy with the basket, oh yeah, we don't want it to be a bummer like the last ceremony being yours. I'm like, how long ago was the last ceremony? Like, then I'm like, I feel like she probably like 15 and then Antonio is 5. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I feel. But anywho, yes. So in light of that, with Encanto. I can't remember if I said that at the beginning, but I love Encanto. It's an amazing movie. Disney needs to make a part two that is a movie and not a series because it loses some of its magic when they do a series. I never did like the Little Mermaid series on Disney Channel. I just didn't. But then as I got older, I realized I just didn't like the Little Mermaid because she was a brat. We gonna do another episode one day about that because Disney like really played us as children trying to make these villains actually villains, and most of the time they were not the villains. Like the main character was actually the villain, and Ariel was a brat, and she was actually the villain in her story. But we're not gonna go through that. We're not gonna talk about that right now. We're gonna get back to Encanto and check on your strong friends. So, um, the two characters that I really want to speak on is of course Louisa and because she was the strong one, but then also Isabella. Like sometimes, a lot of the times, the pressure on the strong friend is to be perfect in the sense of like the people around you, either you feel like they can't handle if you express your emotions or they have shown you that they can't handle if you express your emotions. And that's a lot. Like, so you have to, so in that moment, you have to be both strong and perfect a lot of the time. So you can't, and I feel like they both had that going on. Of course, Luisa's power actually was strength. So yes, she was actually, moving a physical church and things like that. Even though that's not what Isabella did, she still had to have the strength to like put on a smiley face like, I really don't want to marry this man, but that's what we're supposed to do as a family. We got to do whatever it takes to preserve the power and to, continue to keep the family growing or whatever. I don't even like this man. Like, yeah, he cute or whatever, but he all right. Like, can he hold a conversation? I don't know. Does he talk about stuff I want to talk about? Does anybody care? I don't think anybody cares. Okay, we just gonna make this happen. All right. And of course, because she's not expressing herself, because she has to be perfect, she can't express herself to say, I don't really like him like that. I don't really want to be with him. She can't say that. No, this is happening. You're gonna get engaged and marry this man, and y'all gonna have these 5 babies. So I just want to encourage everyone today to check on your strong friends. And I do have a lot of strong friends, and I like that once we do sit down and have a conversation, we are each other's safe space to where we don't all have to be strong. So, yeah. But we don't, sometimes you do have to ask to bring it out of that person, because I know me personally, I am working on this every day, consciously working on this. I don't know how to ask for help. I'm learning. I'm not going to say I don't know. Words are everything. I am learning how to ask for help. What everybody loves that my toxic trait is blah, 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 blah. For me, my toxic trait is that I do not ask for help. Instead, I internalize everything. I try to fix it on my own. I try to figure it out. I mess up, stumble, do all this stuff in the first place, trying to do it by myself. And then I end up telling somebody afterwards, and it was like, okay, so you went this way to it, and if you could have just asked me, I would have took you this way. I'd be like, dang, cuz I should have asked for help, huh? Yeah, I should have asked for some help. So I'm working on that. That is something that I'm consciously working on, because we cannot do it by ourselves. So we are going to need some help, but nobody knows to throw you a life raft, or to, especially if you shoulder it, is that the best way to put it? If you carry it well. And I love the post. I've seen a post about it. It's like, just because I carry it well doesn't mean that it's not heavy. So the weight of shouldering everyone else's problems as the strong friend, and then the weight of being perfect, coming off as you have it all together, like, that's a lot. So like I said, I just want to encourage everyone to check on your strong friends. And if you are the strong friend, don't be like me. Or actually do be like me, because it's something that I'm working on. Ask for help. Even if it's something small at the beginning, something as simple as, if you live with someone and you're trying to take care of everything and you miss washing the dishes. Something as simple as that. Hey, can you help me with this? And if you are a perfectionist, give details. Give details. I was listening to a podcast, and one woman said, I asked my husband to help me, and, I'll tell him to feed the kids, and then he just gives them whatever. He doesn't give them not one vegetable. You got to be specific. You said feed the kids. They have food in their stomachs. I fed the kids. But if you want to be specific, hey, feed the kids. Can you give them something healthy? At least include a vegetable. Give them some water to drink. Don't just feed them junk food. You got to give them something nutritional to eat. You got to be specific. If you want specific help, you got to ask for specific help. So, but either way, some help is beneficial. And of course, you don't want the help that ends up being hurtful in the end, or, messing you up in the end, if you will. You definitely want the help that is actually helpful and is not going to set you back. But again, nobody can help you if you don't ask. So closed mouth don't get fed. Open up your mouth and ask for help. Check on your strong friends. And if you haven't seen Encanto, where are you at in life? Like, part of me wants to watch it right now, just because. Like, I might just play the songs, but that was a really, really good movie. And I know it's going to be a lot of think pieces and a lot of TikTok exposés. I know that's not the right word. I can't think of the right word right now. Let me think. TikTok dissertations about it because I've already seen several. I went down a wormhole and I loved every second of it because I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. Oh my gosh, what? And then they break down certain things and then it makes me want to watch the movie again because they're like prime example, I didn't notice my first time watching it. We don't talk about Bruno. Bruno is dancing in the background. He over here just getting it. Okay. Then when I watched the second time or the third time, that's when I noticed that their power is actually in their clothes. So I was like, that is beautiful. Okay. Now, I mean, I know what everybody does anyway, but that was just cool that they put that tiny little detail in there that was just like, wow, that is, y'all paid attention to stuff. So, okay. That's all I got. Are you the strong friend? That's what I want to know. Are you the strong friend? And if so, when you are feeling weak, who is it that you turn to when you have those moments? And of course, you can go to a therapist, you can talk to Jesus, it might be a family member, but I just want to know from you guys, as a strong friend, who is it that you turn to? I'm still working on it, but I've noticed that I can confide in my sister, and depending on the topic, I can confide in my mother, depending on the topic. And I do have some friends that I can depend on as well, and that's really good having someone in your corner that you can trust to feel vulnerable with, to express yourself, and lay down some of those burdens, let off some of that weight. So, yeah, drop below who it is that you confide in, if you're the strong friend, or if you have a strong friend, make sure that you check on them. Also, make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so that way you can be notified the next time I drop a new video. Until next time, bye.